Lenwo Mwetkoshrai. Like I said in my last video, the Abundance reality show is on hold for now. I had to set those plans and expectations aside while my beautiful Mwetkoshrai figure out if this sort of project is right for them and their island. So for now, I'm traveling and making videos. If this project is going to work, we're going to need to expand our audience and see if this message resonates with other people who want a similar experience in their lives. So welcome to the new series, The Principles of Abundance. Today, we're starting with a big one, gratitude over scarcity. In the beginning, humanity evolved with a scarcity mindset. Simply put, it kept us alive. Will I find food, shelter? Is that lion going to eat me before I find a date? Maybe if I kill him first, it'll help me get a date. Oh, he's so alpha. Now how am I going to feed all these damn kids? These were legit concerns. Even today, much of our time is still spent stressing over these same fears. How am I going to pay rent, power, phone bills? All the while, obesity rates skyrocket. Because of our genetic makeup or societal beliefs, scarcity and fear-based decisions still dominate our lives, creating massive problems and human suffering. But may I remind you that many of you are watching this video from your phone, from the comfort of an air-conditioned home where you're 15 seconds away from a refrigerator stocked with all your favorite foods and snacks, being entertained by Netflix, Amazon Prime, and even some Abundance Koshrai videos. Even living as the King of England 500 years ago, life sucked. Crappy food, healthcare, transportation, entertainment, sanitation. Trust me when I say, we won the genetic lottery. Yet it's still so easy to trigger the base human instinct of fear and scarcity. Let's look at another monkey video.
The one on the left is the monkey who gets cucumber. The one on the right is the one who gets grapes. The one who gets cucumber, note that the first piece of cucumber is perfectly fine. The first piece she eats. Then she sees the other one getting grape, and you will see what happens. So she gives a rock to us, that's the task. And we give her a piece of cucumber and she eats it. The other one needs to give a rock to us. And that's what she does. And she gets a grape. And she eats it. The other one sees that. She gives a rock to us now, gets again cucumber. She tests the rock now against the wall. She needs to give it to us. And she gets cucumber again. So this is basically the Wall Street protest that you see here.
Why were they so angry and jealous? Why did they feel so entitled? Simply because somebody else got something better. More importantly, why are we still acting like a bunch of damn monkeys? Feels racist. I'm talking about the general population, especially the religious base that claims to represent charitable kindness, with caveats. Which is a little curious to me since religion taught us this lesson 2,000 years ago. You know that Jesus parable of the dude who goes to the marketplace to get some of them dingy day laborers for the day. They're all so grateful to get the job and to be able to feed their families. Later, he goes back and finds more, then goes back again and again and finds more. All these dudes are out there trying to make a buck and feed some little niños. At the end of the day, he pays everybody the same, whether they work the full day or not. But everyone gets all mad at him because he was generous with his frijoles. We were here first, sort of. As if they don't also have mouths to feed back in Mexico. All these religious people be like, "Aw, bless their little hearts. The Lord will provide." Maybe he already did. Maybe he provided that kid a father who's willing to take on a little bit of risk for his family and for future generations. Ring a bell? I've been around the world. I understand security, border issues, and foreign policy. I ain't suggesting we pay for swimming lessons, but maybe we can't afford to offer amnesty to those who are already here working really hard to drop the price of our damn oranges. We don't have to overturn the apple cart or the Constitution and suppress the enemy.
Graveyard dead.
Over a couple damn landscapers. There's plenty of blame to go around. Both sides still vote in fear-mongering leaders because it works. As much as we all want to believe that we are free, independent thinkers, the reality is that humans are easily manipulated in mass numbers. We lock onto belief sets that make us feel strong, self-righteous, good, and powerful. Then our brains use strong confirmation bias to find data that supports our egos and often dismiss data points that are valid. And even though I'm here preaching it, I find myself falling into that same confirmation bias trap all the damn time. So how about we make America grateful again? I actually think it would be funny as heck if everybody hijacked the hashtag MAGA and started using it to show gratitude, love, kindness, and connection that are in direct opposition to these hardline immigrant policies.
Why are you so nice? It costs nothing to be kind. Shouting up is also free.
I'm not really anti-Trump. I'm not anti-anybody. I'm simply in favor of more compassion and kindness individually and collectively for no other reason than that's the world that I prefer to live in. True strength does not feel threatened. It's not easily manipulated. It has the ability to take care of its own and uplift others. We are already naturally abundant. Look at how well we live. I think we can afford to absorb a certain level of impact for the sake of humanity. We don't have to pick fights over every single perceived injustice. Whatever happened to turn the other cheek? Enough about the scarcity mindset. Examples are endless in my life, in yours, and in our collective societies. So how do we overcome these base level fears and build something better? First, we examine our own belief sets and realize that I am enough and I have enough. In Scarcity, a common phrase is "manafal." It's sufficient, it's enough. One example that touched me was on my scouting trip to Scarcity. I made friends with a local beggar. Every time I drove through Malum, he would ask for $1. One day, all I had on me was a 20, so I gave him some candy instead. He didn't really like that, and he was actually a bit of a booger to me about it. Initially, it rubbed me wrong. Then I asked myself, what's the difference between a 20 and a 1? Is that extra $19 actually going to break me? And then I felt bad that I'd been so stingy towards someone who had so little in their life. I'm not going to name him, but everyone in Scarcity knows who he is. It's obvious that he has limited mental capacities and that he relies on the local community to survive. One night, I brought him to my house in Utua to hang out, get some food, watch some Netflix, and simply get an experience outside of his daily struggle just to exist. I offered him whatever he wanted in my house. Food, soda, cigarettes, a bottle, whatever looked good to him. Just to see what he would do, I intentionally left out my laptop, phone, and even some money. The next day, some guys stopped by to bring him back to Malum. I offered for him to take some stuff, but he didn't take anything. No food, nothing. This dude loves smoking, but he didn't even want to take a pack of cigarettes with him. He was grateful for the experience, and he told me manafal, and he went back to his life just as it is, and that was it. I treated him like a trusted friend, and he became a trusted friend. I started toying with this concept here in America as well, offering things to beggars on the street. You know, the ones we see at stoplights, but pretend not to notice. And I had similar results. I'd offer some money, food, or cigarettes, and they'd take some. But as I stop and talk to them a bit, ask them their name, and just try to see them, most of them reflected back to me the same gratitude that I saw it on Scarcity. They would thank me, tell me that's enough, and go back to their life just as it is. So is this that magical manifestation, the law of attraction, where you get back what you put out into the universe? Dare I say karma? Oh, hell no, that's against Jesus. Let's talk about manifestation. Sounds mystical, right? Manipulating atoms with your mind to bring things into reality. One of the biggest lessons we can learn in this life is how to manipulate energy, how to create. You are already creating. Just look at how simple life has become in the last few decades. How much do you enjoy your Chick-fil-A Sammy? But it's gotten so expensive. But think how difficult it would be to reproduce if you were simply dropped in the woods. Nearly impossible. There's a fun video of a guy who spent 6 months and $1,500 to grow everything and produce the chicken sandwich literally from scratch. And the result?
It's not bad. That's about it. It's not bad.
But you got it for only $6.49. That is 0.43% of the creator's cost. The point is that we are currently able to manifest things and fill our bellies at a rate the world has never known. Simple things that cost pennies that you would never be able to produce on your own. I want a rubber duck. Thoughts literally instruct matter. Beliefs literally become reality. I send a few electrons through my phone and boom, atoms rearranged. Atoms all the way from China. It's magic, it's infrastructure, it's industrialism, it's capitalism. The chemical complexity of it alone is impressive. Newsflash, it's not actually rubber. Ultimately, it came from ancient algae orgies. We call them blooms. But make no mistake, Woodstock, Coachella, and Burning Man have nothing on these frisky little fornicators. They die, they sink, and eventually that oily goo becomes the stuff that moves our world. Ultimately, the universe provided that life, that oil, the consciousness to refine it and create any absurdity that we want. Although after the Miss Teen USA pageant thing, this particular thirst goblin in your kid's tub does seem a little creepy. We also regularly manifest the multiverse. On a daily basis, we escape our world and jump into the world of imagination. We pull up our little window into the universe, tell it what we want, and boom. Ever wonder what it's like to be a noble serial killer or win $5 million? Or maybe you like to cook a creme fraiche.
Dad, you know Mom doesn't want you watching food channels.
I've worked all day, I can watch what I want.
Like Jesus, real strength is able to connect with people at their level the way they need to connect, instead of projecting ourselves onto them. Admittedly, at times this is a difficult level to achieve. As hard as I try, I still mess this up a lot. One thing that Koshrai has in abundance is community. But like in most communities, anytime somebody steps out of line, everybody freaks out. We allow ourselves to get spun up on perceived threats that really don't have any real negative impact on our lives. It's amazing to me how much airtime was given to hashtag those damn Haitians. All of our ancestors at one point ate cats and ducks to survive. Who cares? In Koshrai, they still eat dogs, just like they do in China, Indonesia, Africa, or any other developing nation.
It's dog. This fucking dog.
And the same people who get all up in arms about it probably also ate some meat today. But it came wrapped in plastic. I know it's convenient and easy. It removes us from the bloody reality of having to kill, gut, and process another sentient being. A couple weeks ago, I was in El Paso. I met up with some Koshraians who were celebrating a high school graduation. They sent me to meet up with a local farmer to buy and slaughter a couple pigs. They could have bought some pork at Walmart, but they chose to do it the way that they know, the way they grew up with. So I went and helped slaughter 2 pigs. The experience is a little unique to most Americans. To watch the life go out of an animal, then cut it up as a piece of meat. There's something primal about the experience that makes me feel grateful for the sacrifice of those pigs, the beauty of creation that provided it to us, the cycle of life, death, and change that we all rely on for our current existence, but regularly take for granted. I can't say that the meat tasted better, but somehow the connection meant more to me than the plastic-wrapped, Piggly Wiggly convenience that we purchase. A beautiful movie about this is Temple Grandin, definitely worth a watch. This whole project, Abundance Koshrai, it's my learning process. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes all the time. I want this channel to be a space where we push back against fear, where we connect, support each other, and build together. We don't need more stuff. We need more presence, connection, and more humanity. Despite the fact that I lost my job at Amazon at the beginning of the year, I've never been more broke or felt more abundant in my life than I have in the last few months. And I'm still 30 pounds overweight. Let's honor our ancestors by doing something better with what we've been given. In America, we live in abundance, so let's offer it. This is your invitation. Come along, let's laugh at the absurdity of life, question everything, and build something better. Because abundance isn't something you find, it's something you realize. And once you do, the world opens up.